Good morning, all. I am using this live stream as my journal because I'm on the beach and I don't have a pen and a piece of paper with me. So I just wanted to share with you my thoughts, really, and just to do a bit of rambling organically. I am single-handedly going through the most challenging time of my life. I know that this is going to be my pinnacle challenge, and I am struggling to some degree. However, in moments like this, one of the tools that I use with myself and my clients is that no matter what, we always go to gratitude. I'm actually going to turn my camera around so you can see what I can see. That's why the dog is growling. Isn't that just spectacular, guys? How blessed am I to live where I live, how I live, and have all of this beauty. Bailey, come on now. Come on, buddy. I have you. That's how protective that dog is of me. Come on, look. Bailey. Bail. Okay, so back to the ramblings. I always use gratitude as my go-to to be able to ground me and settle me and center me, and gratitude helps me remember who I am at the core. Okay, so I came down onto the beach this morning. This is my first time on the beach since maybe mid-December, because I was ill, and then Christmas, and then away, and then COVID. So I'm walking on the beach and I feel extraordinarily privileged. I have my headband on, which Amanda Delaney recommended for me, which plays music or podcasts or whatever it is that I need to listen to. I'm walking along the beach. I'm listening to my favourite human on earth, who is Oprah Winfrey, because she was the gateway for me to find every other spiritual development leader on planet Earth. She introduced me to them all, not personally, but through her different shows. So I'm walking on the beach, I'm walking on the shoreline, I'm listening to the water, I'm letting the water come in and out and take all of my negative thoughts away with that. I'm also listening to Oprah, I'm playing with the dog, I'm saying good morning to everybody that I pass by. And I'm trying my best. I'm admiring the sun. I mean, seriously. And the moon is out as well. I took photographs of that. I am trying my best to allow myself to still be awestruck by the simplicity of, the grass that's around me, and just getting really still and reminding myself how small I really am in the grand scheme of things. The beauty of looking at those people enjoying riding those horses. They're after been galloping up and down the beach. Stunning. The beauty of watching people walking together and talking and communicating and being together and connected together. And thinking about this morning when I set my alarm really early to be able to get up and journal and write my gratitudes and reach out to people who I care about to tell them how I'm feeling and asking for peace and all of those things. It's no matter what we focus on expands, and that's how energy works. And I can't live in the challenge, and I don't ever want any of you to live constantly in your mind in the challenge. The challenges are coming for everybody, me included. And when I'm upset or having a wobble, some people get really scared because they have me pinned down to be this solid as a rock person all the time, and that's just not possible. Hence why I did that live stream yesterday. So another privilege and another thing that I'm grateful for is I read a comment in one of my private membership groups this morning, and this girl in particular, I've been working with her for a couple of years. She doesn't live in Ireland. She's flown in once actually to come to one of my workshops, but I've been working with her intensely for the last couple of years, and she has done phenomenal work on herself. Jesus lads, I'm so sorry now about the lighting, but I have to keep the phone up, because if I take it down I'm not going to be able to see anything. This particular girl, she's a young girl, she has a young family, and she has done phenomenal work. She's gone through the Soulworks process, and she's had the community around her as well. And look, the culture in the Soulworks community is phenomenal anyway. But she put up a comment in the group. We have this thread called Be Social, and she put a comment in the group, and she said that there's a person that she knows in her life who is extraordinarily unhappy, and how she deals with her unhappiness is that she becomes an attention seeker, and she will seek attention from other people and constantly focus on the problems and look for people to start the bitching, moaning and whinging process with her to magnify the issue. Because sometimes when people behave like that, it's really, really addictive. You know that surge of when you're just going off on one, like I spoke about yesterday. You know that surge of when you're just going off on one. I like that to pass. I like that to pass quickly, and then to get to action mode and solution mode. But some people become addicted to that. Some people become addicted to their story and addicted to the high emotion feeling of, yeah, that was terrible, and then this happened, and then they said that. And my client has been surrounded by this person for years behaving like this. And because she knows who she is now, and because she has her values in order, and she knows how she wants to live, because this is a lifestyle choice, she decided to do something radical in her world, which was to stop the conversation dead and say, you know, I'm not the girl that you need to reach out to for that, because this isn't healthy for you. However, if you want help with XYZ, I'm your girl, I'm your woman, but I'm not going to hold your hand and start the bitching, moaning and whinging process. And it didn't go down too well. That's how Newton's third law of motion works. For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. It didn't go down too well. But it took this girl 2 weeks to come back to my client. And she came back and she apologised. And she said, I'm sorry for the way that I behaved. Thank you so much for giving me the kick in the behind that I needed. You did what nobody else has ever done for me before, and you put manners on me basically, and I'm so grateful to you. Now, what that did for my client was the 2 weeks, that the difference between when she put her boundary in place and the response from her friend. It was a very anxious time, I would say, for my client. I know for sure it would have been, because she would have been, oh, you know, did I do the right thing? But also would have been very proud of herself for putting her boundary in place and standing up and doing the right thing. And lads, this is the thing. The right thing is always uncomfortable. The right thing is never, the right thing to do in those situations never feels like, oh, well, that was easy. It always feels hard. It's supposed to fucking feel hard, okay? But I haven't spoken directly to this particular client yet, but I will later. I'm dying to find out how she felt when that person came back to her and said, thank you, you were right. It's a real notch in the belt of confidence for my clients when stuff like that happens. And they say, yeah, it was hard. Yeah, I applied the tools. Yeah, it took me a long time, but I did it and I got there. So I'm allowing myself to lean into giving myself a pat on the back to say, Nick, keep going, you're doing the right thing. You know, the tools were very hard lessons to learn for me when I was younger. Very hard lessons to learn. However, they are doing me a good stead now, and they're doing thousands of other people a good stead too. And I won't stop. I may pause sometimes. I'm kind of half pausing at the moment, because I need to take a breath and recover properly, and also deal with this really big challenge as best as I can, and really dig deep down into my composure and my strength and the tenacity that I know I have in bucket loads. Had this conversation with my marketing team yesterday. Some of my team have never actually attended some of my workshops because their role doesn't involve that, but they decided to attend the workshop on Monday night, and we had a meeting about it yesterday, and they said their feedback was, wow, didn't realise it was going to be so deep, so meaningful, so intense, so hard. You know, when you're working through people's challenges and the tools, and they were like, you know, this stuff is amazing, and we need to get this to everybody. We need to get this to everybody on planet Earth, and it is amazing. It is amazing. It is hard work, but I've never shied away from hard work ever before in my life. I may pause, but I'm not lazy. I don't stop. I am tenacious. I am the most tenacious person I know, and I have no problem in saying that. So listen, thank you so much for giving me the privilege of allowing me to use this live stream as my journal, because we're going to stick this live stream into Otter later, and we'll be able to extrapolate the text, the words from this, and use this further down the road for another purpose. And I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I'm going to turn my camera around again so you can see the beautiful sunshine. I'm on Mornington Beach. My doggy is beside me, no longer barking. He's saying hello to the people. Look, you're Facebook famous, Bailey. Come on. Hang on, I just turned this camera around so you can see. Isn't it just stunning? All the way up there is Bettystown Beach. And then this end, which is my favourite end, is Mornington Beach. So, there we go. There we have it. Let me know what your thoughts are about this live stream, or if this has triggered you in any way, shape or form. Let me know if you've had any experiences like that, like my client had in the last 2 weeks, and I will check you all on the page later. Take it easy, Slán.